time, wherever you find yourself at this moment. I'm glad to be with you this precious moment with a topic of discourse to be addressed. And I want to say, please come up, let's chat. Please come up, let's chat and chat with me as we talk about this issue of concern, but it's of importance. Why? Because, of course, in the long run, it will affect our society. And like my interest is, and the interest of people around me, our major concern is to see that things are working the way it's expected to work. And we have been doing our own best to contribute our own quota to see that things work, especially relationship. We are not just measuring on the home front, but if you know me too well, I always talk about mentoring to the next generation that will take over from us when we are done with what the assignments that we have here to do, and when we are also done raising the children that we pass the goodly baton to. So we'll talk about and think about the society, the home, the environment, the world we will live for them. And we have discovered over time that if we do not live largely, goodly, how do I put it, environment for them, or we do not give them a good picture or good mindset, that we're going to have problem. And so today, unlike me, I am talking about, um, the male child. Permit me to use, I don't want to say the boy child, because it's also looking at their growing and taking up responsibility. So you could call it a teenage child, or a teenage male child, or a teenage female child. They are concerned. Hello, Samud. How are you? I'm happy to see you this evening. Welcome. Please join in the discussion and make a contribution. We are looking at how the African man or set family raise the male children versus how they raise the female children, and how it affects our world. And I want to say, please contribute to this, and please look at the three dots on top of your screen, and please give a thumb up, like, all right, and then do your own contribution. You are welcome. All right, me Yusuf. I'm trying Yusuf. All right, Yusuf, you're welcome. Thank you. Can you please participate in the discussion? Thank you for the likes. I appreciate it. We are looking at the way the Africans, Africa to be precise, raise their male children versus how they raise their female children, and its effects at the long run to our world, to the society that we find ourselves. Things get bad by the day. You are welcome, George Paradol. Thank you very much. I want you to subscribe to my channel, give a thumb up, like it, drop a comment. Let's discuss. I don't know whatever part of the world you're chatting us from. Do drop. Let's know where you are talking from and what your take is all about. Lizzie, Olivia, you are welcome. Everyone, you're welcome. Please don't forget, I can see all of you. So right now, do not forget to give me a thumb up, a like, so that the our messages can be, spread. Look at the three buttons on top of you out there and contribute your own quota. Children, like we all know, are gifts from God. And even if you are young, someday, this my concern, you're going to grow up and you want to have your own child. You want to raise your own child. You want to a child you can cuddle, and show some love and give some, how would I call it, respect, whatever, to just kisses, hugs. You want to raise the child to come up to be a better version of yourself. So if child is not a problem right now, the one thing we are looking at is the society, the world, because definitely we are going to leave our own children in the world with other children. So in Africa, actually, there is a way that the perspective, because I was actually hit by this question, because I tell people I mentor to the younger generation. Thank you for coming in. Lizzie, thank you. You are welcome. Olivia, just tell us what part of the world that you are coming from, or you are chatting us, or you are with us from this evening. Let's contribute. Let us know the part of the world that you are from or you are living. And how do they raise their male children versus the way they raise their female children? All right. But children are actually gifts from the Lord, they are heritage of the Lord. And then, of course, the Bible, like Christians, we say to us, whatever religion I believe want to say to us, raise up the children in the way of the Lord, and when they grow, they will not depart from it. So, how are we raising? When we have discovered in Africa that we center, thank you and welcome. All right, until, all right, I'm trying to pronounce the word correctly. Welcome and give us your own contribution. Tell us what part of the world you are, connecting with us, and what is your take on how you raise? How do you raise your male children? How do you raise the female children? All right, Spain, you're welcome, Lizzie, all the way from Spain. I'm happy to be talking with you. I am taking away from Nigeria, and it's a concern to me because the children are actually becoming a thing of concern because of the way they are raised. And we have seen that it's actually affecting our world one way or the other. And of course, if this is affecting our world, there have to be a drastic measure, a change of thought and pattern. Children are gifts. I don't have to define to anyone who a child is. Of course, when two people come together, two couple come together, two spouse come together, whatever, lovers come together, and the meet have sexual intercourse, most of the time, all this being equal, the result and effect is the child is born. All right, but the child is born, everyone is rejoiced, everyone is happy. How we raise the child matter. The attention, the perspective, the mindset we give to the child also matter a lot, and that is what they now grow with. When they grow with that form of mindset, you just discover that they just become what we have put in them. Truth is that you get back what you put in any child, and whatever you put in the child is what it gives back to the society. Certain culture do not, give some rights to the female child as they will give to the male child. Certain one believe that the girl child should stay quiet, you understand, and not to be heard. Certain one behave that believes that a girl child should be trained a particular way because she's going to end up going to get married to a man, and then she's meant to serve a man. So they are busy training only the girl child and not giving attention to the male child. And so you discover at the end of the day, because of the age you find ourselves, the women, are trying to revolt. Yes, thank you for that. I appreciate you. And I love you to everyone that have taken their time to be part of what we are doing here. We appreciate you. So honestly, if we're gonna have a word, if you're gonna live for our children a word that is full of sanity, we have to go back to the drawing board and rethink, look at the way we are raising the children. I mean, the male versus the female child. How are we raising them? We discover these days that in Africa, the children, the male children, are growing up and are causing so much troubles to their parents. They have their own mindset. Why? Because they were not properly brought up or properly trained. And because that is the order of the day, you discover that they grow up and become troubles to the society. So I want to say, and I want to emphasize, we should not be partial in a way or raise the children. It's going to affect us. When we are blessed with long life, we discover that what we have put in the child is what they give back to you. No wonder you see elderly parents, what over, they are left, and you wonder, don't they have children? They have children. they were not properly brought up, they forget, they do not give attention. A man will display in the social media that he has a number of girls, and the girls were the only ones caring about him and his welfare. Even now that his age, his wife is not there. Why? And I want to say that is the norm in Africa. The ladies tend to, be the ones taking care of their aged parents. But I tell you the truth, when it comes to the male children, once they are married, please bring in your own contribution. They now center on only their wives and their children, and they give less attention to their parents that are now aged. So how are we raising? Why is it reoccurring like this over and over and over time? And I want to tell us that why it's occurring like this is because we are not doing the right thing in the aspect of raising the male child. All right? And this is a warning to parents and young couples that are just getting married. All right? I was somewhere and the lady says to me, the society can never be better if we decide to be raising, giving priority to the male child instead of both the female and the male. I talk about my interest always mentoring. I have a book called Boosting Romance in Marriage, and then when I was talking to one of the elderly men to help purchase the book, and what will he say to me? He said, "I'm only. What do I stand? What do I stand to benefit by reading this book? My children are all grown. Some are married." I said, "But we mentor to the next generation. That is the interest. That is my interest. Who are we mentoring to? Who are we mentoring to? Who is hearing us? Are the children really hearing us? Or are we busy, chasing our career and leaving them?" All right, in Africa, which is my concern today, I said, someone, my friend from Spain, Lizzie, I want to hear your contribution. You are welcome. I can see you just join in. Welcome. Please look at the three buttons on top of your phone there. Just click on it and like, and don't forget to subscribe. I want your comments to help me move on. I usually we talk about the way we do things in Africa. Some of the things we need to outgrow it. We teach the female child to respect. I caught myself in that web sometime, and I will always remind my daughter, you're going to get married and to a man. If you don't get this right, the man someday might chase you, push you out of his house. All right, I'm here to get the contribution. True, if you don't get it right, the man might someday chase you out of his house. So you do the right thing for you to get the right result. We are having issues not having the right result because people are not just getting it right. Parents are too busy. And when a female child does anything, she is quick to be corrected and yelled out. And when the male child does anything, there is this, little concern. They treat him like the king. Don't you know I'm the male child? I am going to remain you are the woman. You're going to get married and leave. And they knock this same mindset in the male children in the family. And then, they treat the same their younger or elderly girls in such manner. We have to change that mindset. The male child does nothing most of the time in the house. That's in African setting. He asks whatever he asks, he gets. While the female child is running up and down in the kitchen, at the market, wherever the mom is going to, the dad is quick to remind the girl, don't you know you're going to get married someday? Don't you know you should take care of your burdens? Don't you know you should take care of your, don't you know you should do this? Don't you know you should do so many other things? When you go to the room of some of the, my young boy was doing the same. When you enter the room of some of our male children, is not kept. And that is the mindset. I want to hear your opinion that they grow up with. When they grow up with this mindset, they'll be looking for one lady or one girl they would have married brought in, and the girl just begin to walk as though she's a help in the family or in the house. That is a mindset that is wrong. Everyone is supposed to be raised, at least to some extent in same manner. There is nothing wrong in raising your male children. Yes, everybody must go to school. That's my take. Everybody must be educated. And if there is opportunity, I'm talking about in Africa, every other child in the home is given the opportunity to acquire some skill, some knowledge to help. Because anything can fail. Western education can fail at some point. What you have as skill will keep you going. The male child is trained, the female child is trained. There are a lot of places, like I said, a lot of culture in Africa which is not right. I pray and wish it can be revisited, whereby the female don't have an inheritance. Thank you for coming in. Please look up the three buttons at the top of your phone, click it, and give me a like and subscription. Chat up with me. Let's chat it up. Inheritance. You are given birth to by parents. Please give me a thumb up by clicking the button on top of your phone. You see a place to like, just like it will come up. And let's hear your contribution. It's chat time. You don't give, preference to the male child than the girl child. Children are children. And in most cases, like I said earlier, is the women that have the heart to care for their parents when they are aged. Simple truth, simple arithmetic. Go check, go take statistics. You see, the one that has the heart is a female. So if you begin to treat the male child as the king and neglect the female child, there's going to be a problem. Don't forget to look up the phone and like, please. All right. Thank you for doing so. I will await your contribution. It's a chat time. The girl child is taught to respect the man always. I tell my girl child, if you don't do this, the man might just hit you and get you out. But I see that something that is common in Africa. The girl child is taught to be the one that will cook it. The girl child is taught to do a lot of things. And the boy child is left, or the male child is left. When both commit offense, the girl child receive more of the punishment. And sometimes because they have the mindset that the girl will get married someday and change. Africa have the mindset and change and give up her surname and take up the surname of another, but the male child will remain bearing their surname so that the name does not, go extinct with time. The name does not go extinct. Look at it with time. And so they treat the male child differently, and they give more priority to the male child compared to the girl child. Every rule and law is made by men and can be changed for posterity's sake. All right. So there should not be any preference between the female child and the male child. They should be treated equally. They said a young, you see African people raising the male child, he cannot wash his clothes. Okay, it has to be laundry in some, when they, you have the laundry machines, they can do fine, but other work. A child is growing, a male child is growing, cannot iron. But a girl child can just do a whole lot. If it's at the villages, you see the girl child up and carrying one wood or the other. But I want to say to us, let us give preference, all right, to the way we treat our male and the female. We should give them equal attention. We should not make the other sleep while the other overwork. You knock off some mindset in them, and when they grow up, it affects the way they also raise their own children. No wonder the decay in the society is getting bad by the day. Each time the girl child, I'm talking about Africa, does anything wrong, like I said earlier, she's quick to receive the correction. When she does anything wrong, when she even does right, most of the time she's not applauded. There's no incentive, there's no patting at the back. Africa, quick or quits giving the male child, you know, that seat that makes him feel or look as though without him, you know, there won't be any future. And so they disappoint. And so when the disappointment comes in the future, because of overpampering, out of, you know, let's take a percentage, a larger percentage of the male children go, you know, the wrong way, and the girl child is still straight, full with everything that's been packed in her head, and she's ready at all time to deliver. Most of the time she does not, you know, she does not in any way disappoint. That's one truth. And I want to say to us, without missing word, we have to change the narrative. We have to change the way it has been working and begin to work it to work better than it's been working. And so we don't receive any disappointment in the future. Let's consider these things that look as though they are not important. And some of the children, that's why some of the children, you take them, you know, raise them from Africa, they find themselves out of the country, and you discover they, they now become a disappointment. Some, not all. To the society, they find themselves because they were not trained to be strong. A female can survive anywhere because there's so much energy that is put in her by the way she's trained, by the mothers, by the fathers sometimes. Most of the time, the fathers in Africa are not around. The women are always there. And because the women have been trained in a tough way, they pass the same toughness to the men, to the to the young girls coming up. And they tend to come out better. They are more tenacious. At each point, she's reminded of what to do, what she has not done. Meanwhile, some of the male children comes up and become healthy. Healthy, yeah, really healthy. And before you know what's happening, oh my, you just get what you never bargained for. That's the truth. That's a simple truth. So let's change the ways. I'm waiting for comments. How do people in your culture or in your country raise their own, you know, female children, and how, what preference do they give when it comes to the male child versus the female child? You know, in Africa, it's very funny. They're trying to train. You go to when it comes to a male child, it goes to all the levels of education. He goes to school to whatever level. But you see, the female child is meant to stop some ways or be reminded constantly, especially for the northern parts, that you're going to get married. There's no need for you to go to the extra level schooling. That's a wrong mindset. All right. So we are trying to put a balance that tomorrow who might be there for you might just be that male, that female that we didn't give so much attention to. Please look up your phone. You see the three dots on top of your phone. Click on it and just like, so that our messages and our videos can be passed to so many people to read and find out to watch, and also find time to watch our other videos. You get value for your time. Are you looking for valuable information? You get it even as you watch our video. And there are sometimes, because of that, you see a lot of men, when they come of age to get married, they are scared because they don't want to be disappointed. Whereas a well-trained female, most of the time, find it easy to get a man to get married to because they've been trained and they are ready to take care of, to be a help to the man. Meanwhile, the male child is not properly given that training to, you know, get ready to receive the female that is coming into his life. And that's why When sometimes the female does something that can be forgiven, the man is quick to hit the woman. In Africa, I measure in Africa. I don't know how it works in whatever part of the world that you are connecting with us from. In Africa, the male is quick to hit the woman. But when we keep training the man and tell him it's wrong for you to hit any woman, I train my little daughter, I tell her, don't do this, get ready for this. Even though we are praying for a good man to get married to you, but you don't do this, you didn't do that. How many of the parents are telling their male, don't hit a woman? That's the reason why we have one of the reasons why we have a lot of troubles at home. All right, she's taught to cook, and in Africa, most of the time, it's only the girl child that is taught to cook. Most of the time, I'm not saying all of the time. In fact, the young girl, male children will grow up and say, "Is it my duty to be in the kitchen? Is she not a woman?" I used to hear my younger boy saying it, some time back. I had to correct that notion. There is nothing wrong in the man knowing to cook. Some of the time, the men are the best of cooks. Please give me a thumb up. Thank you for staying on. They cook and it comes out well. They do whatever they do, they are expected to do, and it comes out perfect. But because they have this mindset that no, you're going to have a woman come into your life and she's going to be the one cooking, and then as it is in our world today, she will cook, she will also go to work, and she also contribute to the family, and she also wants to manage the home very well. She's managing the man, she's managing the children, make sure they are fine, she's managing the in-laws. There are some people, you're married to some men, because of the way they are brought up, they don't even know how to communicate with their siblings. After it has to take the woman that is now in the life of the man to begin to call on the in-laws. She will call her own, she will call her in-laws, she will call her parents, the parents of her husband, she will call the siblings. So much work on the woman, and of course it can get the woman hysterical. So we want to curtail as much as possible anything that is a sign of danger to the home front in the long run, and give us a better and more peaceful society. That's the truth. That is our concern. That is what the beauty that we want to see. What do you want to offer your word? Or what do you want to live after God has blessed you with children? What are you putting in them that they will have to give out to their society tomorrow? So you see, the girl child cooks, the male child comes to pick the food. And when they are done eating the food, sometimes it's difficult for them to take whatever they ate with the plate, the dish, to take it. A male child in Africa will tell you it's a responsibility of the female child to do the dishes, wash out the plates, whatever it is that is used to prepare the meal. That day else, as they are eating, they are running off. It's wrong it's a wrong thing to do. It's a wrong hat to wear. So it's a chat time. I don't want to be the only one chatting. Tell us where you are watching from and how does it work in your own world, in wherever you find yourself, in Europe, Asia, wherever, whatever part of Africa that you are connecting with. Don't forget to give us a thumb up. All right, thank you. She picks up all the plates, the girl, and she handles, clear everything with all joy. Why won't she have strength? Even if she's in a period, she's busy walking up and down, nobody cares. She will keep doing everything. But then because he's a male child, he can be allowed to go lie down and sleep. I'm talking about Africa. Because he's the one that is the heir to the inheritance or the name of the family. Now, if you are raising these children, especially the male child, giving him all this, some pampering, some, Joyous, sonnet, whatever it is, because the male child that is going to carry your name must not die. And then you are overworking the girl that will go and live with another man someday. You know what is happening? You are training the girl child to go and give all the beauty she has in another family, and you are not bringing up your own son the way he should, with strength and with a mindset that life sometimes can be rough. You see, a male child can be temperate, as in they have bad temper, can be quick to hit, like I said earlier. And because we are not giving so much concern on frowning at it, he said, no, my child should be a strong man. He should be a strong man. And he end up not knowing anything about the home front, go and start beating up another man's child, like it's a scenario I witnessed a few days ago. The woman has overworked herself, because I had to like ask what the problem is. She's overworked herself, and she said she will do that, she will do this. And then comes back in the night, the man will demand for so much sex. When she comes back home, she has to cook again for them to eat. Of course, the man is back from his own place of work. All right, welcome. Please give her a thumb up by punching the three buttons on top of the phone. Let's know where you are watching us from. True story. And she was so tired. The man who asked for sex, and she said maybe twice before his day break. And then this time when she was angry, they slept, grumpy and fighting, exchanging words. But the man came out and insisted on having sexual intercourse, and she will say no, and he resorted to fight. I don't know, based on who they are. And so I came across the scenario, and what will happen at the end of the day is that the man hits the woman. Don't you know it's my right? How dare you deny me of my rights? How dare you deny me of what is mine? That was his own assertion. How dare you deny me of what is mine? And true to it, that was how they started having a very long misunderstanding that resulted to a very big fight. Please, let's train our children. Let's train our male children. You don't train your male children. A lot of people leave them to go wayward. Sexual intercourse without marriage, you see it, you don't caution it. And so when they come of age, they get married, they begin to treat someone's daughter. There should be self-control. Even it's the right of the woman to allow their husband to give, to have sexual intercourse with her, but at least there should be self-control. When she's tired, she's not in the mood, and she cannot at that moment. For crying out loud, you don't go beating someone's child. Why? Because she refused, or she was not in the mood to give you sexual intercourse. The thing has to do, it's a mind thing. She's not ready, and she's not, going to be respect or receptive to your coming into her. It's going to get, you don't get the best out of her. You annoy her the more. So there should be self-control. Parents don't talk sex education. They don't talk how the male child should treat, their wife when they finally come of age and they get married in the future. But they are busy telling the female child, you have to do this, you have to do this, you have to comport yourself, you have to do that, they are busy giving rules and regulations to the female child. And at the end of the day, yes, they get, of course, the beauty they put in the female child, and they have lost gradually the male child. I have seen a situation whereby this male child that was so over pampered, became terror, trauma to the parents, that this child eventually was the reason and the cause to the death of the father. Can I tell you the story? Now the story goes like this. This boy have troubled the parents so much with his own behavior. Of course, the way he was raised right from when he was a child, and then he has grown, he has passed teenage, he just in his 18, 20, 11, 19, 20, early 20s. he will behave anyway, no respect, because they've so pampered him as the only male child in the house. He went into smoking, he went into friends, he went into, clubbing. He wouldn't listen. So one of those night evenings, he came back and picked up the parents are already angry at him, and picked up the meal that was kept for the father. That's a true life story. And he ate it all. And they're like, the man got angry, was already had it over here, shouted at him, why will you start shout-" the man already had BP. The boy used one hand, knocked off his father, knocked him off, and he went off balance, fell off, and they took him from there. People came and helped. He couldn't, he like passed out. Before they got to the hospital, the man died. So how are you raising? In the name of his a male child, how are you raising? Do not raise what will become a trouble for you in the future. As we are raising or training that girl child to be strong, please, in the same manner, Africa, train your male children to be strong as well. Train them up. They didn't go to the same kind of school. Don't segregate. Don't come and start feeling bad. There was a time I had a wrong story. I'm a relationship expert. I encourage people when he has to do with their relationship. It was all over and it was a true story. This man was busy, sending the male child. He has two male children to school and others. And lo and behold, whatever it is that entered into him, whether it's a wrong spirit or demon spirit, this man has sexual intercourse with the daughter that he has. And what is his mindset? After all, I've trained her and she has come up here. She's going to get married to one man. Let me be the one that will start this. Even though he has a wrong mentality. But that was a true story. And he took advantage of this girl. This girl came and yelled it out. There are several, example of insects like that. There are several examples of insects. There are several examples. I might not know what happens around you, but I want to say that we should do the right thing. All right? Let's chat on. Do the right thing. How are you raising the girl child? All right? As you are lecturing the girl child continuously, non-stop, have that same courage. Lecture the male child like that. Teach them everything. When it comes to, sex education, whatever it is, the future they're going to meet, because you have been there. The future that awaits them, teach them. Teach them the future they're going to meet. It's very, very important. It's very, very expedient. Teach them the future they're going to meet. If you don't teach them, there's going to be problem. There's another story I like telling stories because honestly, I've gone through a lot and I've had a lot of people, story. I've counseled people over time. This boy was headaches, but somewhat his parents in Nigeria. Somewhat he found himself out of the country. He has dealt with a lot of young girls here too, and then thought he will use the same way or mindset, to treat the girls, out there. And then, of course, some ladies in the Western world cannot take some rubbish. Right, you're welcome. You can give us your own contribution. Tell us what part of the world you're coming in from. And so the nonsense, the way he was raised here, the way he was, molesting, insulting, the way he was, working against the females, even around in Nigeria, he went with that same mindset out of the country, and guess what? He was shot by one girlfriend. He was shot without missing words. And so I tell them, you do not know where your male child will be going tomorrow. You do not know what part of the world they will be in the nearest future. But one short thing that you must know is that they will meet with various people. Whatever training you have given to them is what truly they will give out to whoever they are meeting. And so train the girl child well. Do not forget to train the male child goodly as well. What legacy are we leaving? Someone was giving us an example today and said, in the time past in Africa, our parents tried as much as they can just to see that goodly virtue is left in us. How far are we doing to live goodly virtue in our children? Can they fight for their family in the future? Can they fight for their wife? Can they fight for their spouse? All right, we must do the same thing or the right thing. If you do not know what to do, I always advise young people, go learn, read up whatever topic you want to know about. Check it out in the internet. If you do, you find answer to that which is of concern to you. All right, where are my friends? I can't find them. Welcome, I can cite you. Please touch the buttons on top, three buttons, and like, contribute your own quota to the topic being discussed. Tell us what part of the world you are joining in at this moment. Give us the contribution on how the male children and the female children are raised in your world. Do not allow, I like what normally plays out in my family. My husband will insist when it's time to go out for sporty activity, when it's time to go on workout, when it's time to go on exercise, everyone goes together. Do not send the male child out to receive the best of training and you leave the female at home. All right, doing just her chores in the name of Africa is training another strong woman. Give us your take on the topic of discourse. Yeah, give us your take on the topic of discourse. Really, we appreciate it. Give them equal attention, and whatever you put in them is, of course, what they will bring out and give back to you. All right. Thank you very much. I want to just look at what I have here while I wait for your contribution. All right. So we do not allow for, we do not agree for. I do not subscribe to saving all the monies. I don't subscribe to it because you never can tell who God will use tomorrow. We have first stories of people which parents will tell you, no, my father was busy, my parents were busy, training to the best of schools, the male child in the family, because of course it's going to be heir apparent to the family. Understand? It's going to be carrying their name, but the female does, of course, eventually get married. And they were given everything, and the unfortunate happened. What is it? They lost this child in tragedy. When they lost the child in tragedy, what happened at the long run is that they have spent a whole lot and spent less on the female child. It's wrong. It's an aberration. Let's train our children equally. When you are raising the lady or the girl child to be the best that you want to see so she doesn't disgrace your family, as well be raising the male child not to be a disgrace to the family that is going to marry their daughter in the future. All right, welcome. Let's give us a thumb up, and we appreciate that you did that. All right. So the man, if the lady can cook, the man can cook, or the male child can cook. If you can sweep or clean the house, the male child can as well do that. If she can go to the market, so she can find some rest too and attend to what is important to her. Hey, the male child should be able, of course, truly, the male child should be able to also go to the market. Do not show favoritism. Even God that created human on earth never showed that he preferred any sex to the other. Everyone is loved by one loving God. If the man is not well or the male child is not well brought up, that's why we get married and the wife is carrying pregnancy, old pregnancy, and she is doing all the trouble chores. Yeah, she will do everything. And then someone wonders where the strength of the woman is coming from. Because of the way she was trained and brought up. Simple. Simple as that. Because of the way she's trained and brought up. And you see a lot of young male children lazy. I used to have a lot of problem with my young boy in those days because he happened at some level to go school in a boarding school. And of course, when they do everything for them, they move the plates to wash, they leave the dining and people, we wash and all that. When he comes back home, he started at where he eats is where we leave his plate. He doesn't find it funny washing, but I insisted. You have to wash your dish. It's good when they help doing it, but teach them to do it. Teach them to do it. And honestly, you will now regret doing that. Welcome, please give me a subscription. Tell us what part of the world you are joining from. And we appreciate your contribution to the topic of discourse. How are the male children raised in the world where you find yourself versus the female child? Do they have a voice? I remember in those days when I started preaching, I've been preaching a long time as a pastor. Someone was invited to come to church, and the person will send me a note, a written note. You are a female, stop preaching and go and keep quiet. They was quoting, Apostle Paul telling that no female should talk in the church. And then I will say to him, but the Spirit of God came upon both the female and the male, and all, even their help, the mates, the media, everyone. God gave, the opportunity to be filled with the Spirit of God. And when you have the Spirit of God, aside from helping you to build character, what else is for ministry purpose? You can teach. I can teach anywhere. Through me, a lot have received answers to their prayers. It's by the grace of God. In Jesus' name we pray. Yeah. Through me, a lot have received direction. I've prayed for them. They've gotten married. They are settled. True. Okay. I said a lot have happened in ministry even through me. So, what makes you feel that, I cannot be a vessel that God can use? God is only looking for a vessel to use. So you can use the female. And so if you begin to bring down that female in your life, in your family, and then begin to prioritize the male child, there's going to be a problem. Let everyone be given the equal rights. There's so many, like I said earlier, And so many cultures in Africa that don't have inheritance, they don't give culture, don't give anything to the female child. I don't know about your culture. Please give us a thumb up and subscribe to my channel. God bless you. It's wrong. It's wrong. Someone said it has always been there. That is our law. That is our rules. That is our regulation. That is the way it's been. Men made the law. Men can as well change it for posterity's sake. Yes, I know what I'm saying. Men made the law. Men can as well change it to suit our world. I tell you the truth, I lie not. Let's begin to do things right so we can get better results. The woman eventually that she will turn out to be isn't a slave. She's not a slave. Your wife is not a slave. Lover. Another way I'm going to, there are a lot of women that have been abused while growing up in the name of training. Please, young man, peradventure such lady come into your life, oh, please do us a wonderful favor of helping that lady to be healed from that mindset that she got while growing up. If you're privileged to get married to any girl that has been abused while growing up, take it as a ministry to stand and be a healing to that soul. And God will bless you as you do that. Young men growing up in a family, please love and embrace your sisters. Make them feel the princess or the queen they are. And so, the love you show them, they will go on in marriage with an open heart and embrace whoever man that they will be marrying. Of course, at the long run, they will look at the man as a gift, as the brother who they left and God has blessed them with. And I want to say to you, stop bullying any woman. It's a crime. It's wrong to bully any woman for any reason. Stop bullying any man. Stop bullying a woman too. Do not bully the man. The man, please do not bully in any way the woman. They are blessings to you. And I want to tell you that you have no regrets. Whatever seed you sow, you are going to receive reward for that. Keep being good. Keep being the right person. Parents, do what you have to do. Male, tell the male children that they are going to get married someday to a woman. And as they do so, they should be ready to be providers of the family. They should be ready to be priests, teaching them the word of God to their family. They should be ready to contribute their own quota in raising their children. A lot of young men said, I have not done this before, I have not done pamper before, I don't know how to do this. Your mothers are busy not giving proper training to the male children. So when they get married, they are confused and their wife begin to work as slaves. It is not right. All right? It is wrong. And I want to tell you, and I want to tell every parent that let's change our orientation and mindset. If you cannot do it, employ someone to do it for you. Employ someone to do, because the truth must be passed. All right, the truth must be passed. Our generation must, of a necessity, hear the truth. When you do not pass the right information to the children, they just grow up and become something else. Take the time, take the opportunity Utilize the opportunity given to you. Train the children. Train your male child to come up the best, and you not regret the beauty that will come out because of the sacrifice you have made. All right. I'm actually waiting for more contribution to the topic being discussed. Tell us welcome. Give us a thumb up by pressing that three button on the head of you. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so. Watch all my videos because I pass value. I do not just talk. I'm not around to excite anyone. I only come on to give you the truth that will help you live goodly. And God bless you as you stay on with us. Someone says, he doesn't know how to dress or she doesn't know how to dress. Raise your children with this mindset. You might get married to someone tomorrow which might not know how to dress. You learn fashion so you can help the person be better or a better dresser. Remember, a lot are looking up to you to contribute your own quarter to make the life of the person that will be coming into your life better. That's what it's all about. Marriage or relationship is all about you making the life of the person that you are in that relationship better than when you met them. If you come into the life of someone and he doesn't smile the way he should smile, ah, I tell us the truth, something is wrong. Just be sure that you you know add value to any life that will eventually come into your life. Pamparam, I'm trying to run up and waiting for the last person that will come and give in their own contribution. Hey, we are mentoring to the next generation to come. Another thing, parents, teach your male children to work hard and get money. They should start early. I did a video, I said start early for a better or soft landing in the future. It's so sweet to have your own funding. It's so sweet to have your own money. It's so sweet to give when the family has a need. If you do not give when the family has a need, there's gonna be one problem or the other awaiting you. Give, 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 give. Give, 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 give. One has to work to be able to have, to give. Don't go and train your child not to understand this and he marries someone's daughter tomorrow and he leaves them to chances. All right, soon I'm gonna be airing some, you know, animal kingdom, or aquatic or whatever. My interest is so that um when family come together and they watch together, he has a way of binding them together. If you look at some of my videos, thank you. Let us know what part of the world you are connecting with us, and give me a like and subscription. God bless you as you do so. When you watch your interests together, even as you're raising those children, sit down, put knock in their minds. They can sit down and watch things together. It has a way of binding them together, binding families together. So when they have their own family, I tell you one truth, they will want to do the same. They want to bond with them. They want to, there's connection. They want to connect. They should watch programs that they love, you know, watch together. Hey, don't teach them, mentor well. And how do you do this? As they are growing with your wife or your husband, sit down, have a time to sit down together and do what gives you joy. Have a time to sit together and do what gives you joy. Do you do what gives you joy? Do you pray together? Yeah. Do you read the Bible together? Tell me what you do together with your spouse. Go to the comment section. Just to picture well to the younger generation that are coming up or from you. If you don't give goodly pictures, there's gonna be some, you know, abnormalities. And that's why we fight to make sure that everything remain in order. God bless you. God bless you. And I want to say to you, please, please, please subscribe to my channel. Please, please, please drop a word. Follow me on. Watch all my videos. I have the playlist. You can watch them, play them while you're at the office. You must get value for your time. I celebrate you. I thank God for your life. And I say, may God grant your innermost heart desire. Receive a thumb up. God bless you. And see you tomorrow. Do not forget to go and watch all my videos. Please. Do not forget to help me, grow further. I want the watch time too. So please don't be quick to rush out when you open. I remain yours. Asami Sistina Okonji. If you have any question to ask, please go drop them at the comment section. But do not forget to subscribe. And I want to assure you that you receive value for your time. Thank you very much. And you are the most blessed. All right.